All right, we are here with another episode of What It Is. You know what this show is, man. It's where we ask men and women, well, mainly women so far, questions about relationships, life, social status, all that type of stuff. Today, we have another lovely guest.
Oh my gosh.
If you would like to introduce yourself to the people out there.
Hi, my name is Kisa.
Yes, Kisa.
Hi.
So this topic is going to be great, okay? Because this came about when I was sitting with a few of my friends and we were having a discussion. Because one thing that I am not shy about is the fact that I have a lot of female friends. Okay?
And you should.
And I should.
100%.
I have a right to.
Yeah.
Right? One thing that my friend pointed out, though, he goes, listen, you do have a lot of female friends. How many of them have you not slept with? Was the first thing that he said to me. First question that he asked. And I said, you know what? Okay, fair. There are some that I have. Okay, there are. But there's also still on the list girls that I haven't. So what now? So what now, bud?
Haven't because the opportunity didn't show up, or haven't because you truly don't want to sleep with them?
It's because I truly don't want to sleep with them. I'm going to get into it later because I know a lot of people heard me say that they're okay. She must have been butt ugly, one. Or you just didn't have a chance for real, Dre. And I'm telling you right now, I just didn't want to, and there's a reason for it. But we'll get to that a little bit deeper into the conversation. But let me ask you from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
Do you think men and women can be friends?
100%.
Okay.
I think it really depends on the person as well. I have a lot of male cousins, so I know how to banter and talk to guys.
Right.
And if I already have that mentality that I know I'm not going to sleep with you, you're already out of that category, and I could treat you like how I would treat anybody else.
Ooh, the classic friend zone.
Yeah.
What a space to be in. What a lovely space to be in. I'm sure a lot of guys are hearing what you're saying right now, and they're like, "Oh, I've heard those words before."
But it's true.
Okay, so what differentiates the friend for you?
Okay.
From the other guys, the guys that like, okay, I'm actually, what is it?
I think, not to be shallow, but they have to be good looking. They have to be somebody that you are attracted to.
Okay.
And also someone that you want a compatibility with.
Right.
Right? If I just want someone to fool around with and have fun, then balls to the wall. It could be anything. Like,
Right.
But when it comes to if I want to sleep with someone, or if they're like someone I just met, within 3 to 5 seconds, a lot of female could already differentiate if they're going to be a friend, a fuck buddy, or somebody that you want something serious with.
Do you think guys have that same option with girls, or you think that's mainly like a female thing?
I think mainly it's a female
thing. That was a setup question.
Right. I mean, guys, you think more with your men with your brain.
Well, yeah, but also women have more options out there than guys do, right? Like there's a lot, and this is the sad part. There's a lot more lonely dudes out there than there is lonely women.
Yes and no. I think nowadays, though, it's really hard to find an actual partner because of how, it easily available somebody is. Right? Like Tinder, Bumble, all those things. Very true. So I think it really...
But there was a research thing that I heard recently that said of the guys that were surveyed, 63% admitted that they hadn't had sex within like the last 18 months. Versus, I think it was like 40 to 50 something percent for the women that were surveyed in that asking the same question. When was the last time that you had sex?
Fair enough, but is COVID a part of that too, though? You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's COVID.
Was this? But how recent was this survey?
It was 2021.
Okay.
It was 2021. So it wasn't like it was too long ago, and I guess it was mid-COVID. But I think even before COVID happened, or even now. There's a lot less. I don't know. You know what's funny is I really don't think women understand this, because this is a topic of conversation that I've had with my own family members. Okay. Right? Because there's a lot of guys. Majority of guys out here aren't having as much sex as they put out there. And I have to say they put out there because obviously guys are not going to go around saying I'm not getting any or anything like that. But majority of guys are not having sex, especially not on the level that women are, for the simple reason that women can walk into a room full of guys and have multiple options. Fair. Whereas when a guy walks into a room, even if it's full of women, they are gonna be the selective ones and be the ones like, no, not my type. Da da da. He doesn't have a chance with all of them.
He doesn't. No, fair enough.
Right?
And then that's unfortunately how it goes.
It's sad that we live in that desperate world. And when I start talking about desperate men, it gets me back to the relationships with men and women, more specifically friendships. So do you have more male or female friends?
I personally have more male friends.
More male friends.
Because like I said, I have male cousins, so I'm more comfortable with them.
Right.
Sometimes females are just a little too much. You know, you have to, like for females, you have to talk to them every single day.
Right.
Right. Men, I could talk to you in a week, and then the next time would be a month, and you would be perfectly fine.
Right.
Like, yo, Keith, what's up? Like, I haven't heard from you. If it's a girl, they're like, you didn't message me back. Like, why do you hate me? Blah, blah, blah. And it's a little bit more fragile, I find. So especially nowadays, like I'm so busy with school and work and whatnot, I don't have time to really nurture friendships. But when it comes to males, like I said, they're very okay with just getting a message every now and then, or me sending a meme on Instagram, and that could just be our set of communication.
I think that has a lot to depends on the relationship that they have with the girl as well, right? Because if guys are attracted to you, there's some guys who are very aggressive. And will not give you the space that you need. And then they get put into the friend zone.
100%.
Right? And then there's the guys that are chills and just like whatever. And then they can move out of the friend zone.
They could. And it's true. Like at one point, like we've already watched so many rom-coms like from the 90s where they're best friends and they end up falling for one another.
Right.
That is like, that does happen. At least one person out of the friendship will start having feelings.
Right.
But if the other person is if they stay true to their boundaries, saying like, no, I just want to keep you as a friend, it could offend the other person and they could stop being friends, or they could be okay with it because they'd rather have you in their life as a friend than nothing. And
that's the two-sided thing. Because I'm going to start off just by saying I do believe men and women can be friends.
Yes,
they can be friends. The only thing that I have is I observe that in majority of these friendships, it's not equal towards both sides.
Okay.
Normally, friendships, in my experience, start off with some form of attraction, whether it's one-sided, whether it's both-sided. It could be physical. It could be in the personality. It could be in their passions.
Okay, yes.
Common interests that you guys have, your gamers.
Yes.
For example. So they start in an attraction. So, this guy's really good at this game. I want to play this. Like something as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it very simple right now. But they always start off with some form of attraction. Right? This is why at some point in majority of friendships, it gets to the point where that attraction by either side, they want to they want to pursue something, but then they're behind this wall of I don't want to ruin the friendship. I can't make the move, right?
Exactly.
So when you get yourself into a situation, have you ever been in a situation where it started off as a friendship?
Okay.
And somewhere down the road you were like, wow, this is actually a pretty dope ass dude.
On my side or from their side?
On your side. My side. Let's hear from the female perspective. Now I'll give you the guy's side.
Like I said, within 3 to 5 seconds, you could tell if this is somebody that you just want to be friends with, or, you know, maybe there has been 1 or 2 times where I'm like, you know what, I actually am attracted to him, but I won't really do anything after that.
No? You won't say anything about it? You just let the, why don't you want to say, why won't you say anything?
Because by that time, we've already been good friends, and I don't want to ruin it.
But how do you not know that the guy is feeling the same way too?
I mean,
maybe he's feeling the exact same way you're saying, but maybe he's feeling the exact same way you're saying.
But then I would be afraid to lose a good friend.
Right.
So I think I would probably kind of put my foot down and say, no, you know what? I want to keep you as a friend. As much as I know we mesh really well together, this, and that, it would hurt more losing you.
Right.
So
I feel like, okay, so for guys, let me give you the guy's perspective then. So for guys, when it comes to a friendship with females, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like majority of them do start from a physical attraction, and it's just either these guys are too scared to make a move, right? Or what happens more likely is they hold the hope.
Yes.
They hold the hope, and isn't hope a great word? Hey, 4 letters. Think about how many other 4-letter words will mess up your life. Right? Right? Just think about them. A lot of them are swear words. Think about it.
Oh my goodness.
One of these words that we need to add to this vocabulary of curse words, offensive to me, Hope.
Really?
Hope.
Oh
Hope
my
is a killer. Hope is a
Yeah.
killer out here. It's killing guys. It's killing our egos. It's killing our self-esteem.
Oh
right?
my goodness.
I'm feeling low,
Right?
because there's a lot of guys out here who hold that hope, and I feel that is where the imbalance comes from.
Fair enough.
When you have it, right? Because it's not always the case, obviously.
Right.
I have friends who, when we go out sometimes, in fact, it happened just recently, I didn't have to pay anything.
Wow.
They wanted to pay for everything.
Yes.
Female friend wanted to pay for everything.
Good.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. I'm about free. Free 99.
Who does not like free?
Free
right?
99 is my favorite price for a lot of things.
Beautiful.
Yes, I
Right.
love it.
There you go.
So it does happen, but majority of the time you'll see that these guys will, I want to pay for everything. They'll act like boyfriends. Long
Fair
story
enough.
short.
Fair enough.
When women get into that situation, I want you to give me your perspective on this, even if it's been you or not.
Yes.
Do you not realize at some point that when you put this guy in this friend zone, that he clearly wants more? Have there been those instances?
Oh, of course. Like being a female, you read off of people and you could sense when their energy changes. That's
Right.
perfectly fine. That's when I'm very slick and I'm like, you're such a great friend. Honestly, I am so happy to have you as a friend. Like I go hard. I'm
Okay.
like, oh, you're like a homeboy to me. You're like family.
Emphasis.
So that's my way to kind of let
Make
them
the
know
message very,
that
very clear.
this is the boundary because I don't want to hurt their feelings. Obviously, like you were saying, men are fragile. Men, female are very fragile.
Right.
And you don't want to hurt their feelings. But I think that's my way to say, we are just friends. I love it. You're such a good friend.
If you're walking down the street, right? And
Okay.
let's say you're getting either harassed or maybe say somebody tried to rob you, and you're walking with your male friend.
Yes.
Do you feel like they should help?
If they're my friend, I would hope they help.
Right. Like they like as a guy. Listen, first of all, as a man.
Wait, what?
If you're walking with your
As a
female friend, you'll
human.
see where this is going.
Okay, tell me.
As a man, if you're walking and with a female friend and she is being accosted, what you're gonna want to do is help. You're definitely gonna want to help her.
Okay.
So let me just get that out of the way.
Okay, good.
I believe as a man you should want to, but as a man you also don't have to. I want to make that very clear as well. You don't have to.
I'm sorry. What?
Yes.
I'm shocked.
Yes. You didn't expect that one
I
to
did
be
not
coming.
expect that. Chivalry is dead. It is dead.
No. Let me
Oh
tell
my
you
gosh.
Let me tell you what would be dead. Me, if the guy has a gun. Okay.
Okay.
So if he had a weapon or anything, now I'm putting my life at risk for a female who I'm not getting any play from. We have a great time
So
together.
that's your incentive?
But we have a great time together. Like I love hanging out with you. We talk. It's a great time. But it's not deeper. It's not like you're my wife or my girlfriend. There's no blood connecting me or anything like that.
Right.
So I don't have. If I was with one of my boys and the same
you jump in?
and the same situation happened,
Yes.
I would jump in.
Oh.
But I also know that I have the option to not if I don't want to. If I don't want to jump in, I don't have to. I'm going to feel just as obligated, but that's me. I'm going to feel just as obligated with the girl as with the guy. There's some people out there who don't have that obligations. They're not big. I'm 6'1". I'm not a small dude, right? So there's some guys out here who are a lot smaller.
Okay.
So if they put themselves in harm's way, it could end up differently.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
really have these concerns as much.
Yeah.
But you have to realize that there
still.
are guys out there like that.
Then again, I myself don't go into places where that might happen.
But you can never call it.
That's very true,
You can never call
but
it. This is Toronto.
But I mean, so you're telling me that you won't save your friend because she's not sucking your dick?
You see, when you phrase it like that, it comes off harsh.
It does.
My response remains the same. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I don't feel like I have to. I will, but I don't feel like I have to. If I see the man with a gun, I'm saying I'm more like maybe we should get out of here rather than trying to get her purse back. Like that's not
but that's
a concern of mine.
If someone robs me, I'm
different.
like, just let it go. Exactly.
Did I make a different story?
That is a very different story now.
It's the way you explained it now. It makes sense.
Okay, well, if she's
someone
about to
takes
be
my
shot,
purse, fucking take it. I don't even care.
It's
you know
all-
what? Is the camera on me? If she's about to be shot, right? I'm not Will Smithing it.
Yo, Denzel Washington.
I'm not Will Smithing it. I'm not jumping in front of the bullet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing that. If I have an opportunity to do something to save both of our lives, because at that point, both of our lives could be in jeopardy.
Okay.
A whole bunch of factors come into it for me. But I, with all the factors, the X factor, Joe Rogan, is that I know that I don't have to if I don't want to. And that's such a double standard, because if you were with one of your female friends,
okay,
you're not expecting her to go chase down this grown-ass man who tried to rob your purse and all that. You're not expecting that. You both are sitting there like, oh my God, we both got robbed. Somebody stop it. And you're both pointing and you're screaming the place. You're not, and if she doesn't chase after him, you're not going to be like, excuse me. How dare you? Excuse me, LaQuisha, why didn't you stop or go after that guy? How dare you? We're supposed to be friends. So why expect it from the dude?
I think the key, what you said though, is that you will, but you don't have to.
So you don't have to.
It's not that you won't. It's you don't have to. But you also said you still will. So
but women expect it. That's a different thing that I'm saying though. A lot of women, you saw her reaction.
I don't know if women.
You saw her reaction when I said I don't want to.
But in a sense where like you won't even. I'm talking because you were talking about robbing the purse.
Right.
If we're together and someone robs my purse, let them go. I don't care. Yeah. But if someone's trying to attack me and you're like, hi, like that's different. You know what I mean?
You become part of the problem.
You're like, hi, you know, right? Then that's totally different. Okay. If you pull me out of the way so we could go out of safety, that's fine. But if straight up someone tries to hurt me and you're like, peace, and you walk away, what kind of friend were you?
Yeah, but do you expect the same? Do you expect that? That's why I brought up
I
the
would
female
want my
friend.
girlfriends to pull me aside.
Yeah.
To pull me out of the way.
Like I said, in certain situations, I feel like it's the same. But like in more situations, the guy is expected to do. Because even if you don't say anything about it, if the story comes out that y'all were together and that and then homeboy, whoever it was, decided that he wanted to run away,
sadly,
or whatever, he's getting clowned.
Yeah,
he's getting clowned. People are laughing at him. And all. But if it was your homegirl, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense."
That is perfectly fair.
That makes perfect sense.
Right?
That makes perfect sense. So I just brought that up to show like. When it comes to friendship, I understand that a lot of, especially from a female perspective, you would view it as something that is normally equal among the two.
Yes.
Because a lot of times the guys will not verbalize or will not show you that they feel a different way or they see it as unequal. But I'm showing you that
men have a different
it's unequal. Usually the friendships are unequal, and that's why a lot of times men need something more than just a friendship to feel that. Remember how I said that? Right. Like how I was saying before. And, you know, it does sound harsh when you say, oh, because I didn't suck your dick, that's why you didn't want to do it. But that is part of it. If me and you were having sex on a regular basis, or even if we've had before, even if we had before, right? And something was going on, I would feel more obligated to step in that case than if we had never done anything. And I don't feel weird about saying that.
Because we've been intimate.
Right.
Okay.
So I would feel more obligated in that instance than if we were just chilling.
A random person.
And we were just platonic friends. That's just how I feel. And I don't know if a lot of other guys feel that way. I don't know how that makes me sound.
Okay.
But I feel like that's just a logical thing in my head. That's a logical thing. What do you think?
That does make sense, because in order to sleep with someone, there has to be some type of vulnerability, respect, patience for you to get to that level of being sexual with somebody. Then you're right. That's, you would jump in and try to help that person because you know them on that level.
Right.
But if you're saying that we're just friends, that we're walking through the store or like wherever and that happened and you don't feel like you need to protect me, I would be like, what the fuck, dude? But I would be like, you know what? That does make sense. Like
I said, you have to take in what I said for it fully, right?
Right. Exactly.
I would do it,
but
I know in my head that I don't have to. I don't have to.
There's some fine prints.
A lot of these guys are friends with these girls, and in their mind, they would jump in front of that bullet because if I don't die, then she's gonna fall in love with me.
Okay,
she's gonna fall in love with me,
or she feels obligated.
She's gonna be F her in the B or something weird like that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like you're not obligated. You have to feel if we're friends.
Okay,
it's as simple as this. If me and a female are friends, I'm going to view the way that you deal with your female friends or your female cousins or whatever, however you deal with them, I'm going to see that as the same way that you have to deal with me. We're friends. Okay. You shouldn't expect nothing more. Because anything that you expect outside of that, now we're talking boyfriend or something else relationship. That's when you expect it. Right? See. So let me see. Let me ask you this.
Wait, can I ask you a question? I'm going to put JC on the spot.
100%. I'm ready.
When we met,
am
I a friend to you? Or was I something more? Now, backstory, we used to work together.
Okay.
So, just so that they understand.
Right. We didn't meet on the street corner. Right. A lot of people associate me with the street corner. It's been a long time. But
oh, dear Lord. Yeah, no. So, right? So, were we friends or were we coworkers?
When we first met, and this is me with everybody, we were just friends. Because I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know who you are.
Exactly.
Right?
But if we went out to the park or whatever, if something happens, would you feel obligated to help me?
If I just barely knew you, like this is before I got to know you and all that type of stuff.
No.
See ya. I'd be like, why am I hanging out with this chick? She hangs out in dangerous areas where dangerous things happen.
Right?
This was a dumb decision.
Okay, fine.
This was a dumb decision. But once again, I'm me. Okay. So I would feel obligated even though I don't really know you that well. After getting to know you, obviously I would jump in.
Okay, good.
That's different. That's different. But like after getting to know you versus originally knowing you, things can change over that time.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But that's why they're friends at that time.
Right.
So that's why we build that connection.
Right.
So in your story, when you were saying, is that somebody that you just met?
No,
if that's the case, right?
This could be somebody that I've been platonic friends with
for like years.
For like a long time. Absolutely.
Say word.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know them for years.
Yeah. This
could be somebody that I've known. You'll be like,
this could be somebody. It depends on how close. Once again, it depends on how close we are. It depends on how close we are.
Okay.
Okay, because there's female friends that I have that I've known for years, and we're not super duper close. We don't talk on a regular basis. We might see each other once a few times a year or whatever like that.
It's different. Okay.
Yes, and then there's female friends who call me about my family and call me to see how I'm doing and check in on me. You see where I'm going with this?
Yes, that is true. That is a true
and
friend.
And call me to say let's hang out. They're not just sitting by the phone. Right. Well, not sitting by the phone, but they're not. I'm not the one who has to reach out to them all the time.
So it's like both. It comes from both ends.
It depends on the level.
But then those are friends though. People that we don't talk to as much. We're more like acquaintances.
Right. I guess you'd have to separate the friends from acquaintances in that instance. But with me, that's something that I'm able to do. I don't think everybody does that.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Fair.
In today's age, there's no such things as friends and acquaintances. If somebody follows you, that's your friend because you talk to them on the internet through a DM or on Twitter, or this is my buddy you've never met in real life. Think about how many people have online friends.
Fair.
Right?
Fair enough.
It's not called online chatmates, which it should be called. It's called online friends, right? Because they want to, so even though you've never met the person, online relationships start off with people not even meeting the person. So it's a different age now.
Oh, it's very different now. You're right.
I think the thing that separates me when it comes to my friendships, because let's get into it. I tell you guys all the time that I have a lot of female friends, and I do, right? A lot of females who I have not had any relations with, Bill Clinton, and they still want to talk to me on a regular basis, and I still want to talk to them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Now, the question that a lot of people ask me is, what's the difference between you, Dre, and majority of these guys? Because majority of your male friends, I don't even know them, and I know they want to have sex with you.
Fair enough.
I know they do.
But it's also the way they come at it, though. You know what I mean?
Wording,
right? Sorry.
Phrasing.
But because if you say like, hey, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just chilling. You'll just know I'm just chilling.
Right.
But if another guy hears that, they'll be like, oh, can I come over? Do you want to go meet up?
And it's aggressive.
Exactly.
Aggressive.
So that's why it changes everything.
So it has, when you are you the same as me when you first meet somebody, everybody just on that regular friend level and then it has the potential to go up or down, or you say it only takes you a few seconds.
5,
So what is it within those 3 to 5 seconds that separates the crowd from you?
I think it's the way they look, the way they dress, the way they carry themselves.
Okay.
Right? If they smell good. Like
right.
If you don't smell good, it makes me think, what else doesn't smell good?
Right.
You know
me, 3 to 5 seconds. Where are we at?
Well, why are you putting on this?
I just wanted you to do that reaction. That's all. You didn't have to say anything. We're good. We can move on.
And this is what girls do. Oh my gosh, you're so silly.
Okay. We got the reaction.
And
that's all that we
just brush it off. Like,
that's fine.
You're so funny.
That's fine. I feel the same way.
Thank you.
It's all good. The difference now, let me get back to what I was saying before.
Okay.
The difference between me and I think a lot of other dudes is the level of maturity that I have, more specifically, I don't have a vibe where I feel like I need to smash every girl that I know.
Good for you.
I am comfortable just having a female around as a friend. The reason being is there's some things that I have found in my experience that I benefit from having a relationship with a female that I will never get from a dude.
Correct.
Not that I can't be open with my guy friend. It's not that we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
But when I say that, and this is gonna sound so weird, this is gonna bring out the soft feminine side. I don't give a fuck. It's real. When you talk to a female about your problems, it gets so much, the conversation gets so much deeper than the surface level when I'm talking with a dude, right?
100%.
I was talking to one of my guy friends and girlfriends about this. This is a great story. About the job that I'm working and how I was frustrated. I talked about it on one of my recent podcasts because before where I lived, I was making more than enough money to now, because rent is increased and everything, it's not as comfortable. Yeah. So I was talking, I said, it's stressful, bro. I don't want to be doing this because before I was doing shows and I'm making different money, I don't want to do that. And he was just like, you know what, bro, man, it's tough out here. You know, I totally get you. You know, if you need anything, just, I'm here for you. This and this and that. So it's not like he didn't help me. Mm-hmm. He offered the help.
Yes.
But the advice he gave me, it didn't go much deeper into like, what is the exact problem? Mm-hmm. Did you do anything to fix it? Right. Versus when I spoke with my female friend.
Yes.
That conversation went completely different.
Mm-hmm.
She asked me, first of all, she says, how long have you been there? What is your job? She got into the details of it. And when she got into the details, he said, okay, well, this is what I think you could do. She was strategizing the whole time.
Right. That's true. But also when it comes to females, we are more empathetic.
Right.
And we want to understand from your point of view. I find that when I have a problem, if I talk to a guy, they're going to want to just do A, B, C, D. And it's like that. Like they just want to fix it.
Right.
But when I have a problem sometimes, I just want to be heard. I just want someone to hear me. Yeah. And girls will listen. They'll be like, yeah. And they'll try to understand your point of view.
Right.
And I find it is frustrating sometimes talking to guys. Like when I have a problem, I don't go to my guy friends because I know they're just going to lecture me. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to hear it.
Yeah. Try to fix it.
Exactly. So that's like how your homeboy was like, it's okay. Like it's going to go through.
And then he tried to fix it by telling me, if you need me, I got you.
Right. And as a male, I bet you're like, I don't fucking want to come to you.
I'm never going to ask you for money. That's just not something I'm going to do.
But as females, we're going to be like, okay, like how does it make you feel? Like what are other things that you can do? And they try to dissect it and try to come at different angles.
Right.
But guys are very A plus B plus C equals D.
That's just one of the things. Like I don't have a list. I don't have a list here, but I can tell you there are definitely great benefits from having a friendship with a female versus a male. But the one thing that you have to be able to control as a guy is that urge to want to smash. Like you got to still go out, and it's very simple. Just go out and seek out other women, bro.
Yeah.
Like don't focus yourself on this one friend and have that hope once again that it's going to change, because I guarantee you, like she said, within a short period of time, women have already put you in the category.
Yeah.
And it's not the same as most guys' friend zones.
Yeah.
Which their friend zones mainly consist of women that don't want to sleep with them. But for women, once you're in there, it's a rapsicle. That's it. It's done. Like she's already made moves. She's talking to other guys already. Like you need to just move. You just need to move on. Now, let's talk about relationships with men and women when one or either of these friends are in a separate, like actual relationship. Boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yes.
For you, with your male friends,
it's very hard.
Does the relationship changes once you get into one?
It does change because now the female or the girlfriend thinks I'm a threat.
Okay.
And I had to show them, like, look, I don't want your man. We've just been really good friends. Like, you had to kind of paint them a picture to be like, look, I've never thought of him this way, this, and that. But in a sense, too, it helps because let's say my friend is dating somebody and he's having a fight with his girlfriend. If he talks to me about it, at least I could kind of talk to him.
A female perspective
correct it, right? Because he doesn't want to hear his girlfriend. They're already fighting. He doesn't want to, like, anything she says, he's going to be like, fuck it, I don't care. But coming from a female friend, he'll be like, yeah, you know what, Keith, you're right. Like, like now that you're explaining to me at a different angle, I understand why she's acting the way she is or thinking the way she is.
I love that. Explain this to me. Is it something just about me personally? But the reason I'm asking you this question is because a lot of these female friends that I have, once they get into relationships, our relationship, as in me and this female, either changes or now becomes non-existent.
Right.
Now, who should I be angry at is my question. Should I be disappointed should I be disappointed in the female, or should I be disappointed in the guy that they're dating?
It's the guy's fault.
It's the guy's fault.
Just like for the girlfriend, it's the girlfriend's fault. Because I guarantee you, the guy is going to feel like, oh, Tracy's a really good looking man. He's friends with my girl. Like, I bet like he fucking wants to smash it. Like, that's probably his mentality. So it's not the girl's fault. And I mean, as a female, when I date someone, yes, I kind of sadly push my guy friends away because I don't want my man to feel that he needs to compete with these other men.
When you push these guys, do you feel like these guys are entitled to feel a ways about that, or they just got to accept it?
Of course. And like, as sad as it sounds, like when I go to a relationship, I usually go away. And then when I come back, they're always like, so you single again? And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, oh, that hurts so much. Like, you don't want to hug me. You just already know that, but that's, again, that's the reality of it.
Yo, Manny, let me ask you a question. Yep. Manny's here, guys.
Hi, Manny.
Hey there.
Hola, Manny.
You're in a relationship.
Yep.
Are you allowed to have friendships with other females?
Yep.
Like actual real life, friendship. Let me go out and hang out with this girl without you being there, just us two type of vibes.
Yep.
And how
See how I did the
First
side,
of all,
like,
he answered that real fast.
So quick.
Let me say this first. I don't have a whole lot of female friends to start.
Okay.
I just never have. Okay. I got my boys, and then my girlfriend. She's one of my best friends too, and I just keep my circle small, so I don't have a whole lot of people around me. But I know my girlfriend. She's got guy friends, and we've had conversations about it. I've met her guy friends. Okay. We've gone out.
There you go.
It all comes down to whether you guys trust each other.
Exactly.
Because I know if I had a female friend and we were gonna go out personally, I wouldn't go out one-on-one.
Why not?
Right.
That for me, that's just a little, for my girlfriend's sake, that would be a little uncomfortable. But groups, a couple friends.
So you're doing it for your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Right?
Because I was just about to ask you, what if she had male friends?
She has male friends.
And
she has a similar mentality to you where she gets along with men a lot more than she gets along with women. Right. She's always been like that. Even when we first met, she had a lot of guy friends. She introduced me to all of them. She made it very clear,
okay, good.
Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever
but
going
that's
on.
Communication.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There has to be communication. There has to be trust. So now when she goes out with a group. Some of her girlfriends, some of her guy friends are there. I really don't care. Okay. She has really, really close guys friends she's had for 8 to 10 years. So when they come into town, they want to go out. I'm not going to stop her. But I also have trust. I also have faith in her. So I don't, obviously there's going to be every once in a while that little voice in the back of your head. Right. But that's also just insecurities and that's things like that. Yeah.
As a guy, if I was dating a girl and she was going out with another guy, you're right. It does have a lot to do with how they look and everything like that. But I would just be questioning a lot of things in my head. But I also have a really low jealousy meter. I have a really, really low jealousy meter.
But that's double standards. You said you have a lot of girlfriends.
That's the thing. So that's why I said, me personally, I have a really low jealousy meter. So I've dated girls and they want to go out with just guys or whatever. If you want to go do that, then go do that. See, my mentality is different though. If I'm dating a girl and she wants to go out with her male friend or whatever group or whatever, and they end up doing stuff or she wants to go out and do it, go ahead. Go ahead. Be with that dude.
Yeah.
Because
there you go.
I'm different. I have more of a security in myself. Like what I bring to the table as well.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Like I also know what I bring to the table. I'm not worthless. I'm not worthless. Right? Like no, I'm not vanilla ice cream. Like I'm the peanut butter and chocolate. I'm the good flavor. Like all ages love me. It's also
not
peanut butter and chocolate.
Not
you gotta be careful the way you say that.
Yeah, you gotta be careful the way you just said that.
Oh no! Come on, guys. Okay,
both of us like
guys,
that.
Come on, guys. That's horrible. That's horrible.
The views of Tracy and Tracy.
Wow. I'm not rewinding nothing, Friday. I'm not rewinding nothing. Y'all know what I meant, and that is not what I meant.
It's also like from my perspective. being the man in the relationship.
Yes.
It's also if my girlfriend is going to go out and fool around with guy friends, there's really nothing I can do to stop
like,
that.
You can't stop them.
So
already lost.
what's the point of me putting barriers on her if
there we go.
If she's never going to cheat, she's never going to cheat. And I have faith that my girlfriend's not going to cheat. We've been together for so long.
I dated this one girl. Actually, you know her.
Oh, don't say the name.
Know it. I'm not going to say the name.
Don't say the name.
But she used to... Because they used to go out all the time after work. But yeah, you remember, I'm not fitting to go out with these people. I don't know you. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm very selective of who I chill with, like of my circle. And like, I can't just go out because I don't feel comfortable acting the way that I normally act, right? Okay. So I wouldn't go out to all these other things, but she would go out with all these other people, the coworkers and stuff like that. She would come back to the crib after and try to tell me stories about how dudes were like hitting on the guy we work with.
But
things
at least
that they be
she's
saying
open
to her.
about it.
No, but she's open and honest about it. But I feel like low key she was trying to get me angry and
riled
get me to do like try to get me to go to them and say something. And my response to her would always be like, listen, if you want that, then keep doing that. But if you don't, you would have made it clear to that person when he said it to you that you don't want that, and he would have stopped. But if he wants to keep going, I see what's popping off right now. That. Y'all can keep doing what you're doing. Like it could keep happening. And this was like it was like a few like
I didn't know that. See, like after work, I would go home. Like,
as much as she's a bitch, she was good looking. So I can't be.
She's not a bitch. Don't say that.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Good.
I don't know if you still talk to her, but anyways. She was good looking, right? So I understood other guys being attracted to her.
Fair.
That wasn't something that was a problem, right?
Okay.
Me personally though, my mentality has always been like I'm not finna to go out and fight these dudes. One, they'll get crushed, and I know that, so there's no point in doing that.
Okay.
The other thing is like I'm not finna to fight for you right now.
No, fair enough.
If you had a ring on your finger,
but that's a girlfriend though. Are we talking about friends?
No, we're talking about.
How did you segue to this?
Yeah, you're right. You're actually right. You're actually right. I got very. That got very sidetracked for a second. I don't even know how I got there.
It's because we're old friends. Sorry about that. That just came out.
Yeah. But I was talking about other friends. I guess I don't know.
Right. But when it comes to girlfriends, yes, right. Because we
were talking about being in a relationship and having friends outside.
That's okay.
I didn't have a problem with the friends that she had outside of me.
Correct.
There's the relevancy.
There you go.
Even though they were flirting with her or whatever, because I had confidence in myself.
Who you are. Correct.
And then I had to have trust in her regardless of the fact.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to go and put the pressure on, but for a guy, it's definitely different than it is for a girl, I feel like. I feel like if you were dating a guy and he said he's going out with a group of girls, you wouldn't think he's going there to smash all of them, would you?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
And I know myself that I could satisfy my man, so there's no way that they need to go anywhere else. Oh, and just like you, I know what I bring to the table. And if someone decides to not want what I give, I'm not going to beg anyone to stay with me.
Right.
A lot of it is
I'm
confidence
too old for
in
that.
yourself.
Yeah,
like,
no,
you
for
seem
sure.
very confident in yourself.
Yeah, I'm too old for that.
If you're confident in yourself and you...
You know what I mean? Exactly. I'm like, this is not high school, guys. Like, fuck it. If you want to do whatever, then go do whatever. I don't care. That's just my mentality.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Exactly. And just like how you were saying earlier. Yeah. So, I mean.
Well, but these friendships still change when they're in a relationship, right? And I mean, I hear what you were saying before, because you're like, you should be mad at the new person. Mm-hmm. But Manny made another point. Normally, the person who's the friend is going to be the person that you've known for longer than the person that you're actually dating at this point.
Fair.
Me, I get annoyed with the friend. I get annoyed with the female. I get annoyed with the female because I say to myself, well, if we were actually just friends and this is what you really meant to happen, who cares what this dude says? If he doesn't want to accept your friends, then how are you just going to move on and be happy with homeboy and just push me to the side? Because if it was your girls, it would be a different story. This wouldn't even be an issue, first of all.
It would 100% be a different story.
It would be a different story, not even an issue. So why is it now that it's because of, and I get it. I understand that there's certain guys who are not going to be as secure. Mm-hmm. They're gonna see pictures or hear about somebody, or they have a perception of who homeboy or I am in this specific instance.
Yes.
And they're gonna assume.
No, of course. The guy will assume, but your friend will probably want to make sure that her boyfriend doesn't feel threatened at all.
Why not just have a conversation with him and be like, listen, we've known each other this long and nothing's happened.
That is very true.
He's one of those guys.
But guys in their mentalities, they're alpha male, they'll feel like, no, like he wants your fucking pussy. Like that's what they're going to be thinking. And me, like being a female, I would not want to have that conversation with my partner.
Right.
And that's why. So when it does come into a relationship, sadly, those friends have to kind of.
So is that really a friendship then?
That's
because our friendship selective? Do we get to pick and choose?
There's different types of friends. There's different tiers of friendship.
Yeah, I get that. Right? But if we're saying that men and women when they have friendships, it's just as equal as same sex friendships. That's what we're saying. They should be viewed that way. I hope that's what we're saying. Why is it that when one side gets into a relationship, because it's not just for the females. I mean, it happens more when a woman gets into a relationship with a man than vice versa. Okay. But why is it that all of a sudden these friendships that years of building, trust, time, late night conversations, whatever you guys did, you know what I'm saying? Well, how do those get pushed to the side so easy? What is it about this new relationship that overpowers that?
Because the partner that you have now is the person that you should be talking to. Right. Like if I have a problem, I'm going to go to my partner. Like that's why we're in a relationship. Right?
Right.
As opposed to, because if I had a good friend and I went to him more, my partner will be like, well, why don't you just date him then?
So you're saying that the guy has lost his purpose, kind of? Or
Oh, that's hard.
I'm trying to find a nicer way to say it. She's saying that now I have another guy to go talk to, so I don't need to talk to you.
I think it's 50-50. It's on the people in the relationship. It's on the girl and the guy. The girl should be able to do things to allow her boyfriend to be comfortable with her having guy friends, and at the same time, the guy has to understand that his girlfriend has guy friends that are platonic. And if you're with the right person and they're not cheating and they're not actually trying to hook up with their guy friends or vice versa, then that's the best situation. But not everybody's secure with themselves enough to be able to allow their partner to do that.
That's true.
So it's almost like it's like a tug of war. You have to be able to make sure that your boyfriend or your girlfriend is comfortable with this, and at the same time, if you're the person where your significant other's has friends that are opposite sex, you have to know your partner.
Right.
You should be able to tell, for the most part, if something is a little awry, if something's a little up.
Yeah, you could say that.
It's like a tug of war. It's a balance game. You have to be able to be comfortable with it, and at the same time, your significant other has to do things in order to reassure.
Right.
Every once in a while, everybody slips up. Everybody gets jealous. Everybody has intrusive thoughts, and that's normal. We're human.
Yeah.
It's all about how you and your significant other are going to approach that problem and how you're going to communicate and talk about it.
Right.
I'm just going off of my experience.
No, it's good. But circling back to what you said, how the person may now feel that their use is like they're not of use anymore. I've never thought about that.
I mean, you had a purpose with this guy, and we've talked about it, right? Obviously, there's things that you're gonna be able to hear from your male friends and you're not. So you're saying that once you find a male partner, now it's your duty to confide in them as opposed to these friends. So now what do I have them around for?
Interesting.
It's kind of how it sounds.
I've never thought of it.
It's kind of how it sounds, right?
But if you're my true friend, wouldn't you want me to be happy and go to my partner for
100%?
Right?
But I would also say, why does her happiness have to disclude me? Why does I thought she was she not? Then she wasn't happy when we were friends.
Yes,
then.
She was, but now she has a partner.
Of course, listen, in the real life situation where this has happened multiple times.
Opened my mind. I love
this. This has happened to me multiple times.
Of course.
So in the real life situations where this has happened, I've never it's not like I'm calling the girl like, oh, how dare you? Or it's not like I'm mad at the guy or whatever. I just allow it to happen.
But you feel ways.
But I definitely low key feel a ways. 100%. What? What's something wrong with that? I'm not supposed to feel a ways?
I say it's fair.
I'm not supposed to feel a ways?
I never thought of it like that.
Listen. One thing about me, one thing that I value and don't value at the same time is my time. Right?
Yes.
So if and I'm so, because of the way that my father brought me up and my uncles and everybody around me brought me up, this is what men do. It's very prehistoric and very chivalrous, right? So it's very based on that. So even if I'm going out and we're friends, I feel obligated to pay for everything. I feel obligated to drive. I know I don't have to. I know I don't have to. But these are things that I just, as a man, I'm comfortable with doing without feeling like, oh, now because I paid for this, now you have to give me some.
Suck your dick.
Now, yeah.
See, that's why when I go on dates, I pay for my own.
I'm not that guy. Guys have ruined that. But anybody who knows me knows that I'm not gonna do that. And maybe, who knows? Maybe sometimes I did pay and the girl thought that was coming and it didn't. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what could have happened? But like I said, the reason that I'm saying this is because it's just like when it comes to these situations where the person is pushed to the side, right? I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I do want be happy. Obviously, I'm not. Right. I never tried to invade in the first place because honestly, it's in a lot of the cases I know if I had applied some serious pressure, there would be no new homeboy.
Wow, that's confidence right there.
I'm just being honest because obviously, if I know that there's been friendships that I've had with females where I get more attracted to them than they are to me, I also know that the opposite must have been true at some point.
Okay.
It had to have been true at some point. Even if it was once out of any of them, it had to have been true where the female was attracted to me and was willing to do more. And I was just like, I'm not willing to do that.
Okay.
Me personally, I know that certain females, I don't want to fuck your life up, man. I don't want to fuck your life up. I don't.
Wow,
I said it multiple times.
That's so fair of you.
I don't want to fuck your life up.
Gosh.
I don't want to fuck your life up.
Fair enough.
There's layers to me. There's layers to me, man. And the lifestyle that I was living, especially at that time, it's calmed down now.
Okay.
But when we were working together, I was doing shows and being out late. I was all over the place, right? So it takes a special type of person to understand that, right?
That is true.
Right. So
now I'm getting sad. I'm thinking of all my guy friends that we don't talk anymore, and probably because they got married or they have a girlfriend.
Right.
It's sad, but I mean, like,
it's crazy that you never felt a ways.
I never thought of that.
It's crazy that you never. It's crazy that you never felt a ways about them just brushing you to the side.
No,
like that.
Because I'm like, you're a grown ass man. You have your shit to deal with. Go ahead, do you.
Am I being sensitive?
I've never.
Oh my god, his heart grew.
Why is my voice so high pitched?
Why is my voice
so high pitched? Yeah. Wait a second. Tin Man.
No,
Which one was it that got the heart? No, it was the lion, wasn't it?
No,
was
the tin has a heart.
Okay, it was
right? Lion got courage.
Okay,
you have enough courage.
Okay, thank you.
But
once again,
I'm so shocked. I've never thought of it that way.
Well,
now I'm gonna call all my old guy friends, be like,
this is why we have these conversations.
So sorry,
welcome to the world of men because they don't wow me because they get that on a more regular basis than a female would ever get that. That's 100%.
That's 100%.
That's 100%. And the sad part is we spoke about the lonely guys who are hoping for more. Imagine being that guy who you went into this friendship, you've been friends with, now you're like, okay, now I'm going to make my move because I'm secure or whatever. Right. She goes and finds the next dude.
Yeah.
That's already crushing enough.
That's crushing, yeah.
Now you guys can't even be friends because of the new guy.
Right.
Now you're devastated.
Right.
And women wonder why there's these lonely men on the internet that would rather operate like that than go out in public because some of these guys will spend time to build these friendships only to get brushed by somebody that they've never even met. After years of work. Now, who the hell wants to put in years of work? Tell me what job you want to put in years of work, right? You put in years of work and some guy comes in for an interview one day,
and
right? And they're like, we have the perfect position for you and you get fired.
Right.
Well,
but you know what? If you were gunning from the beginning that was your intention, you should have been more vocal and verbalized.
I mean, it is the guy. It is the guy.
It's not the girl's fault.
If you're working on it for years,
I mean, 100%. It's not a girl's fault.
I'm sure there was many windows, many opportunities.
And most girls, we're just very friendly. We're very nice. We're normally just like that. So if someone who's lonely goes, "Oh my gosh, Keisha's so nice to me," she says hi, like. Yeah, because I'm human and I say hi, they're gonna think, "Oh my gosh, she wants my dick," and it just. Like that's
it's not always always going like
it's
that.
Not always the same.
But those are the guys who get treated like assholes when soon as these girls get into relationships. That's why they move that way because as soon as somebody's nice to them now, and that's what I'm telling you. Like
virtual hug to all you guys.
One thing that women need to understand is there's a lot more lonely guys out here than there are women, and I understand that it's hard for us to believe that because everything that we watch and we see shows these guys like they have 4 or 5 girls in the backdrop, like they're just chilling. Like all guys have a collection of women, like we all run with WNBA teams. It's not like that. A lot of these guys are lonely and they've been lonely for a long time. And a lot of times when I'm doing this podcast, I know that some of these guys are watching, which is why I keep having these conversations.
My heart goes to you.
To allow them to see how women think and allow them to understand that you can come out of that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're this guy that I'm talking about that allows these females to manipulate you in these friendships and take your money and do all these things, it's time to stop. It's time.
No, but why are the girls taking their money? That's totally different then.
There are a lot of females who have no problem with their male friends paying when they go out all the time.
Then they have different intentions. That's different though.
If they go out and I want, let's go here. Let's go here. Wow. Okay, can you come get me? Nah, I don't think I'll be able to get you. Can you meet me there? Oh, you want me to pay for our Uber?
But that's different because they have a purpose, right?
What do you mean?
Those friends, those girls have those guy friends to pay for their stuff. Right. That's their mentality. That's not friendship.
But I'm saying that's how a lot of these will end up working out.
No.
Yes, they will.
Am I different?
I feel like that's just the wrong people.
You're different.
You feel like I'm talking about the minority here?
No.
I don't think it's a minority, but it's also like who you surround yourself with. You're picking and choosing to put yourself around these people.
My parents taught me if I want to go out, I better have money.
Right.
I'm not looking at anyone for paying for me. So those girls that are your friends that are expecting you to pay for their stuff, they're not your friends.
Well, don't get it twisted. One part that I'm neglecting is a lot of the time that these guys are willing to do these things as well.
That's understandable because
it's not like it's being forced. I don't want to say women. I want to be out here like women are forcing these guys.
But because the guys have incentive, their things are, if I pay for her, she's going to suck my dick.
Yeah.
So, but those are not friends though. I heard a lot of
girls say I'm just going for a free meal. I'm just going to.
Then that's not a friend. That's a free meal.
Yeah, I was going to say
it's a cold world.
That's
that is not a friend.
It's a cold world. It's a cold world. Look out for them.
Fair enough. Like in our industry, I've had a couple coworkers go like, "Oh, I'm going on a date, but I don't want anything. I just want a free meal." Which I think is absolutely horrible, and you're ruining it for all the girls that are truly just want to find love. But anyways, I think though, what we have to baseline is what is a true friendship. A friendship is two people, like you were saying, how you started off, to have something in common and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. You're talking about girls that are using men for their finance, for their cars, for whatever. That's not a friendship.
And it's not as common as I'm making it seem. Mm-hmm. That's true. First of all, it's not a friendship. You're 100% right on that.
Exactly. That's not a friend.
It's not as common as I'm making it seem. That's also very true. Does it happen on a more regular basis than I like out here?
Sadly.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why I bring it up. Just as as a little last point that I want to make out there to a lot of these guys. And I understand that it's hard because you don't know if you're ever going to find somebody this attractive again and we're cool and this and that. But listen, you have to come to a point where you realize that you are bringing something to the table as well. Just let me say it again, you as a human being also bring something to this friendship. It shouldn't just be one-sided. Yeah. In fact, if you have gone out with your female friends a certain amount of times and they haven't even offered to pay, done.
Yeah.
There should be a limit. Set a limit. Live within it.
Right.
You know what I mean? OLG. And just stick to your guns, bro, because it's crazy to me that everybody knows the numbers. There are more women in the world than men. Right now there's like 7 billion people in the world, 8 billion people. And like 4 billion of those are women.
Really?
Yes.
That's
there's more women.
China.
Yes.
That's not in China.
Okay. All right. Well, I would be very careful with how you speak about our future rulers out here. Okay. I love you, China.
I was just wondering. Okay? I was just wondering.
Hey, don't take my money. Hey. But
oh my gosh.
You just have to be careful out here to
interesting.
With these situations and just cut it. Just know when to cut it. And I don't want to see my guys or my girls, because sometimes it could be flipped where the guy is making you believe that he's in love with you. So do this for me.
Yeah, you spend money,
and we can make money together, but you give it all to me or something like that. Or like you go to work and I'll chill. Yeah, well, I mean, there's other ways. I mean, I didn't mean to make it sound like a pimp, but that is one of the things.
I got to make one point real quick.
Yes,
okay.
Because I know the comments will probably come at you for this. I just Googled it, and the world statistics have been updated.
Okay, and?
So men make up, let me get the exact number. It's like 50.42%. And women make up 49.
So men have overtaken.
So by like 100 to 200,000.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to blame it on
and that's a whole different topic.
On any other countries, but hey, some of these places have regulations and things put in place to kind of affect those changes.
Wow.
But for the longest time, it was more women than men, and where you're living is probably more women than men around.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So just understand, the whole point of this was understand that just because one doesn't like it or one isn't, around, there you still can find other ones. Like it's pretty straightforward.
Wow.
So
this has been so insightful.
After our long conversation and your last little epiphany,
right?
Do you think men and women can be genuine, platonic friends throughout each other's lives?
Yes. Yes, they can. And
what does it depend on then?
It depends on how close they are. Okay. So what I like to do is I'll end up saying, "Oh, this is my cousin," because that's how long we've been friends for. So that when my new partner comes, they don't feel any way or any type of threat because they think, "Oh, like this is her cousin."
Right. Deception.
It's not deception.
It's manipulation.
Decepticon.
Is the key.
Like no,
is the key.
It's not deception.
I got it.
I just feel it's a conversation.
The heart's in the right place for that.
Correct.
Your heart's in the right place. Yeah.
Because if you're a good friend to me, I don't want to lose you as a friend.
Right.
You're my you're my homeboy. You're whoever. But when it's a new person, things have to change a little bit. And maybe when things are more settled and there's more of a foundation, I could say, I'm gonna bring my friend back.
Oh, now you're gonna bring your friend back, okay? Because they have to go somewhere. Okay, you're not helping your case at all. You are not helping your case at all.
Ladies, I'm so sorry.
Let me try. Let me try to knock out
girls
this
are gonna come at
nugget
me
because I do think men and women can be friends. I think, like I said, both sides just need to watch out for the signs of it not being a genuine friendship and one side benefiting more than the other and you not needing to cater to anybody. It's a friendship. You're not dating them.
Right.
I think that is the key. I think maturity amongst men is going to be important. And what I mean when I say that, I said it before, you don't have to smash every girl that you come across. You can be selective. And guess what? Here's another little small tidbit. The guys who are more selective get more girls. It's crazy. When girls see you shutting down girls.
Yeah, it's true.
You get more girls when you, what?
It's true.
And they see girls that want to, and you're like, nah. They want, what?
Now it's competitive for us.
Okay.
We're like, shit.
So I don't know. I can't keep dropping these timbits. I know, right?
I can't
keep dropping these timbits, but it is what it is. So you just have to watch for the signs, but it is possible. And I believe it is very important. You don't have to have a bunch of female friends. No. If it happens that way, it happens that way. Or male friends. If it happens that way, it happens that way. Mm-hmm. But it is important because the way that they communicate, the way that they interact, teaches you to appreciate things and understand things from different perspectives, which you can't get from the same sex.
Fair enough.
Right?
Wow, that was beautifully said.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. With those kind words, we are going to go on and get out of here. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Friday, you want to scream anything? You ain't got a microphone, but you want to say nothing?
He's just been shaking his head the whole time.
The whole time he's been laughing and shaking his head.
There you go.
I wish we should just have a camera of Friday reactions to what I say.
I think so.
I'm telling you, that's a page in itself. Wow. But thank you.
Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun. I appreciate you coming through. It's good. All right. We out of here, man. Deuces.